This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation and 10 plus years in that games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us for this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens, hang on, coffee on my lips, every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. Feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/popculturist. Head over there, check out the tiers.
Sorry for all those adjustment noises.
There might be something there that interests you.
If you support us on Patreon, you can watch us record this show live, like you could be doing right now. So you go over there, chuck a $1, do it any tier, get yourself a nice little sneaky link to watch us record this show, as well as The Young and the Wrestlers, the other show that we do. Josh isn't a part of, but he's there in spirit because we talk wrestling now a lot, which is fun. But if you want to support the pop culture in a more once-off fashion, head over to popcultures.com/shopping. Buy shirts like this, and other assorted shit with our logos on it.
I'm really gunning to fit back into this again.
Well, it's funny. We'll get to that. We are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopcultures. Come over there, watch some streamed games. Like yesterday, we streamed Wolfenstein. Wednesday, we played Wildlands together. It's good times. So I was thinking about that actually. So because
Josh has gotten real fat.
No, not that at all. So if you look at the website is littered with pictures of us being so much thinner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've organised that we can use because where I work, the little creative space, there is one of the rooms is like a tech room and there's a big green screen. So we've been given it's our green screen here anyway. So I just needed the key for the room. So it turned
the key to access my item.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're like, yeah, it's your item. You whatever you want. I'm like, oh, that was easy. So what we need to do, we need to organise a time. Now, the beauty of Photoshop is that we don't have to be there at the same time. So if we can organise a day, if we are all there, brilliant. If we aren't, because I think we need to retake our shots. It's been 4 years since we took those shots.
I was skimming Facebook this morning. I was checking I'm like, when did I last post a status update?
24.
It's been like
15?
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But there was a picture of you, me, and Dave from PAX 2015, and I looked at it. I was like, okay, yeah, you got to fucking sort this shit out.
Yeah, I get that sense all the time, but then I'm like, well, a lot's changed since then. You know, I had a kid. Yeah, I got married.
You got all that leftover pregnancy weight.
Yeah, I got a kid, got married. I had some breakdowns in there. So like, if anything, I'm doing all right.
I'm not morbidly.
Like, I'm not huge. I'm not well, but I'm not huge. So that's going to be fine by me.
I've taken a couple of steps this week.
What'd you do?
Soft drink's pretty much gone.
Ooh, that's my biggest weakness.
I'm a hydro homie now.
Oh.
I'm working towards it.
Yeah.
I have a glass of soft drink with tea.
Yeah.
But not like a litre a day.
Yeah.
And intermittent fasting.
Ooh, I hear that's really good.
Yeah. There's a subreddit for it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of inspirational. Which is basically you eat during the same period of time per day. Don't deviate.
Yep.
So I'm doing 16-8, which is 16 fasting, 8 eating.
Yeah. So
I eat between 12 and 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I have my lunch, have a snack, have tea. You pretty much eat whatever you want still. You don't have to eat like celery and that bullshit.
Yeah.
But apparently that 16-hour gap is just enough time for your body to actually start working stuff off. Whereas if I did 12 and 8 and then I ate in the morning, like first as soon as I got up.
Well, you want to be brekkie guy anyways. That works out well.
It's normally how I eat anyway. But nighttime is my weakness.
Yeah.
So I barely eat during the day, and then at nighttime it's just blah, 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 blah.
How about coffee? Does coffee break that rule?
No, apparently not.
Oh, sweet. Because I was going to say, I could do that. However, I need my coffee.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's food. Don't eat food. You set your time. Some people do 20 and 4. I can't do that.
That's too much.
That's a bit too much. But yeah, I'm feeling okay after this week. Like, not I haven't lost any weight, but I'm feeling.
If you feel better, it's
feeling a bit more bubbly.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's cool.
So even if I don't lose weight, I'm still feeling not as depressed with myself.
True. I've come to adapt. I've stabbed it.
I can't cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Well, I could, but then I see photos from a few years ago. I'm like, every time it stings me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I didn't see any photos of myself from a few years ago, I'd probably be pretty happy.
See, the thing is, I've always thought I was fat. So, like, I've never had a period where I didn't think I was fat. So, so if I look back at photos, I'm like, well, I wasted my thin years because I thought I was fat then too. You know what I mean? So it's like, not as if I was ever content with my body weight. So I don't have that reflective period of like, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing to do with PlayStation though.
No.
But
I'm thinking, yeah, like 95% of my soft drink consumption is gone, and then sticking to just but eating between 12 and 8.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
how it goes.
But the intermittent fasting subreddit is actually something else.
Yeah.
It's really like, because it's not a diet. It's just eat whatever the fuck you want. Just do it in the same time every day, and have that break in between. So we'll see.
Nice, very nice.
We'll see. But
Well, yeah, because the reason I brought that up is because
okay.
then we have to decide like when we do the shoot again, because now that we don't have lab coats or any of that lame shit.
Yeah.
Like, do we wear our branded shit? Do we wear plain shit?
I can't fit in my branded shit.
That's what I'm saying. Do I need to order some new shirts just for the shoot?
It depends how far away you want to do it.
Sooner would be nice, but it'll probably take about 2 weeks for the shirt to get here. And with our busy ass schedules, we always need to plan about 2 weeks ahead. So it might work out well. And then you got to decide which shirts you want to wear. Well, obviously, you want to wear it for the players one.
Because in a couple of weeks, Mum and Dad are going to Bali, so I have to run the business. And there's my sister's wedding shortly after that.
Because it would be a weekend. It'd probably only be like 2 hours because we're not going to cart all that unnecessary garbage like we did last time. It's just going to be us. And probably change different shirts, different poses, stuff like that.
Anyway, that's probably a discussion to have off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about our photos.
Or intermittent fasting.
Or, not being fat anymore. So let's get on to what we've been playing.
Look, you come here for us. There's like all these other PlayStation shows.
PlayStation stuff is supplementary.
Yeah, the PlayStation stuff is literally everywhere. There's like 8 other shows that probably do it better.
Yeah.
We just presume you come here for us.
And if you don't...
I'm really sorry about the last 7 minutes.
But after 60 episodes, you should be used to this bullshit by now.
60, 100, almost 130 at this point.
Right. Wait.
No, that's like 120.
That's not over 2 years.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. What have you been playing, Ryan?
Well, the game I've been playing most recently, I'll talk about a little bit later.
Ooh.
The other one I've been playing is Ghost Recon Wildlands. Well, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
For some reason, every time I've sipped my coffee today, I put my pinky out.
It's because you're intermittent fasting. You just feel better.
I'm feeling good.
Yes, you and I have been playing Wildlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't breathe.
When's the last time we played a game together?
Probably when we played Wildlands 2 years ago.
When it launched.
When it launched. Yeah, so as we I think we may talk about last week with the idea of this sort of like, we both enjoyed The Division, but we didn't really play it together, and we haven't really played a game together in a while. And there's something about The Division that kind of clicked, and Wildlands is The Division, but open, and breakpoints around the corner. Like, fuck it. We got given codes forever ago by Ubisoft.
For gold
Thank you,
editions.
Ubisoft, for gold editions. We have all the DLCs and whatnot for at least the first year.
Yeah.
So, like, fuck it. Let's install it. Let's give it a red hot go.
It's pretty good.
It's fucking awesome.
It's pretty good.
I'm enjoying it a lot.
I don't know how I feel about the lack of direction, but it is also kind of liberating to just get in a helicopter and then just tick the map off.
Yeah, that's one thing, because we've just been clearing sort of the area. like everything within that area is gone. And
it's
then
drug cartel. You got to work your way up the chain to get to the head.
So it's the same basic system that appeared in Far Cry 5, the idea of clearing out the family to then take on Joseph Seed. So it's the same thing here, but amplified to like
take
9
on
times.
their lieutenants to get to them.
Yeah, so lieutenants, so all the way getting to the big boss man.
It's the epitome, I think, of a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, just a big map of markers.
Yeah, you got a couple copy
huge
pasted
space,
missions. You know, steal the helicopter or whatever. But it's fun, and the gunplay is a lot better than I remember it being.
Same. Was it because we played it like literally at launch, if not before launch. So it has been some impressive improvements. Like I remember the gunplay being worse. I remember the cars driving like anus,
Which some still do.
Some do, but they drive better now. which is good. Especially
Very
the bikes. The
clean
bikes drive so
anus.
much better. It's a cleaner anus.
Yeah, it's like what the porn stars do before they do an anal shoot. What's it called?
A good old douche.
Yeah, a douche.
bleach,
Get
a bleach.
The car's got a solid douching.
Gross. But yeah, so like in terms of the mission structure, it's relatively straightforward. It is very Division in that way, as in you go there, shoot everything, and leave. But the big difference is that you and I are both enjoying is with Division, it's all about just obliterating fuckers. Like there is no
Stealth isn't an
ability
option.
for stealth.
Yeah.
Where here we've cleared whole missions without alerting anyone.
And when you do alert someone, you actually feel a bit disappointed. Like, fuck.
Like,
You know,
all right.
Because it makes it harder.
Yeah.
You know, then everyone's looking for you. You know, they can call in reinforcements and all that. Whereas there's something about, you know, having, like I main a sniper with the silencer and just going... And
Well, that's normally how it works. So you're normally up back with your sniper rifle. I kind of run in with a silent assault rifle. I clear any dudes that you can't reach. You know, so we both drone the area together and scout it out, and we take different angles in. It's good fun. It's damn good fun, actually.
I would like to see in Breakpoint, because after the initial trailer of Breakpoint, I haven't watched
Same.
anything.
Same.
It's kind of... That's
Apart from Barenthal at E3.
Yeah. That's kind of what I've been doing for a while now. I kind of want them... I'd love to see them introduce the Division's cover mechanics.
Agreed.
Because it does have cover mechanics, but it's pretty...
Not really. It is mostly just hide behind it.
Yeah, you can hide behind it.
You just crouch behind it, and that seems to be sufficient.
And you can run from cover to cover as well.
Yeah.
But it's not... You can't, like, peek over cover to shoot and all that. There's a lot... I know they're different teams, but there's a lot of stuff in the Division in terms of movement and gunplay that the Breakpoint team could really take advantage of.
Well, yeah, similar to how like Rockstar back in the PS2 day, like they would release, you know, GTA 5 was their tentpole game, but in between they would release other games with new mechanics, and if those new mechanics worked, they would bring them into GTA. And I think, you know, this big shared sort of system system of systems, I guess. So it'd be very cool for them in Breakpoint, to pull that resource in, bring some of the things that are working over here and over here, because I think the cover system is one of the best things in Division.
Yeah, I like the guns in it. I like how you...
The customization, man.
Customizable. It's a lot better than I remember.
Yeah. Like, I think we spoke highly of it at the time as well. But, yeah, no.
It didn't have that stick, though. I was like, yeah, it's good.
It certainly didn't have that stick. I played it a handful of times. Because we've now surpassed, I think, where we got to last time.
Oh, absolutely. I did return to it once with my son. So he wanted to play it. We dicked around for a while, too. I like how you actually have to find new weapons in the world instead of just, I don't know, unlocking them or...
So there
when
are...
you pick them up off an enemy, now you've got that weapon. I like needing to find them. Yeah,
so we have the benefit of having the old gold edition that we had. Like, we did get given a ton of guns at the start.
Not many,
but it is fun, going and picking up and clearing. Because you can't... The ones that you receive, you cannot edit. You cannot upgrade. That is how they come. Which is a problem for me, because I want to fuck around with it and dick around with it.
Like custom rolls.
Yeah, so we have this fancy-ass gun. I end up going back to the basic one just so I can fuck with it.
So paints and camo and all that.
So it is fun to clearing the map and finding the equipment, finding the skill points, that sort of stuff.
Although we are both rocking the Division uniform,
of course,
at the moment,
because we're role playing ourselves. Yeah. The Division
we left New York.
Yeah, we got shipped out here
in Bolivia as Division agents who lost their ability to use cover for some reason. The game's good.
The game is very cool. I'm very happy that we.
But I also don't want to go too hard on it leading up to it, because I want to be kind of burnt out on that style of game before Breakpoint. I'm happy to play it some more.
Well, Breakpoint's still like October, isn't it? Or is it August?
I think it's September. I think it's 2 months.
2 months. Well, I reckon we get another month out of it and then have a break.
Yeah, just dick about. But I don't want to like go ham. I'm not trying to like finish this.
Me either, but I wouldn't be mad if I did. It's like, that's where I'm at with this. Like, I'm enjoying playing it.
But I'm not going to push to get to the end.
We're not going to be like, well, we have to play for 6 hours today because we need to get this and this. Like, I want to play it as much as I possibly can between now and when Farpoint comes out. Sorry, Breakpoint comes out. Like, because I said, I'm enjoying this. This gameplay is really what I'm needing right now. I don't know why, but it's really itching. And the problem is, like, I don't want to play that. And because the AI sucks balls, I have nothing to do with the AI.
Yeah.
And so the second you and I play together, AI goes.
Stay there. And they're like, okay. Then you get in a helicopter, and they're like,
and they're just there.
I told you to stay. Go
stay there.
away.
Disobeying your direct order.
Make it harder for me to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I mean, if you probably put the time into it, the AI is probably actually really good.
I'm sure it is. Like, if you do it properly and do the sync shots and tell everyone to sort of, you stay there, whatever. I do hope that is a change in Breakpoint, that I can do it solo. Because if I can lone wolf that shit.
I think they did. I think I did read somewhere there is an AI. You don't have an AI squad.
Sweet.
Maybe.
Yeah, if I can lone wolf it, I'll be very happy. Beginning of October, says Paul. You've just got 2 months yet.
Cool. I also picked
the
up
5th or something in it.
I also picked up Bloodstained.
Ritual of the Night.
It's really good.
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
It kind of blew me away because I was excited for it, and then I saw how much the asking price was, and I was like, "Oh."
Because this is a spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
It's was kickstarted, I believe.
It was kickstarted. Yeah, and it's been delayed heaps and heaps. And the trailer for it on the PSN is actually really good because it's got I forget his name, the guy that made Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Miyazaki?
Yeah, Miyazaki, I think. He's sitting in like a very Castlevania room with a glass of wine, and he's sitting there like this. And it's got like old footage of the game and comments from like YouTube, like this looks shit, the animations look bad, blah blah blah. It's got like old new, and he's like throws his words like, "Fine, I'll fix it," and there's like all the new stuff.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, something like that. And it's just cool to see them really take that on board, and it's paid off. The game is it's a rough first hour. I think the character Miriam feels very like floaty when she's running. Like it's very much. This is her running animation. Here's the background.
Yeah.
And then it's
so old school in that sense.
Yeah, it is, and it works.
Yeah.
It just works. It's very, very good. It's
very nice.
It's like the best Metroidvania I've ever played. But I didn't play Castlevania and stuff. So
yeah, well, because I picked up the Requiem bundle. Igarashi, sorry. Igarashi. Thank you, Paul. I'm not very good with Japanesey things.
No, man.
Paul goes, I was a Kickstarter backer though, so I didn't have to pay that excessive price on launch.
Well, I didn't. I only paid $4 because I traded in 2 games towards it.
So I picked up the Castlevania Requiem edition last night, which had like Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. I haven't yet to play it because I've just been lazy. But yeah, cause it's a weird line. So like I want to go back, but it's old, and like maybe Bloodstained is that. But I've already bought this. I don't know.
There's a lot of systems in Bloodstained, maybe too much, but it is all very manageable. Like you can grow food to cook new meals for yourself.
You had me at farming.
It's not quite. You give seeds.
I'm out.
You give seeds to an NPC and then come back later. It's like, here's your potatoes, and then you can use them to like.
That's pretty sweet.
You can make food. You've got all your different shards, which is like. That's your abilities. Every enemy has a shard that it can drop, and then you get an ability based off that enemy. So there's like 150 different abilities that you can get and like mix up and all that kind of stuff. Many different weapons, and you read books through the levels that teach you combos with certain weapons, and there's a lot going on.
Sounds like it.
But the moment-to-moment gameplay is very fun. But the standout is the music. Holy fuck, man! It's like church organs and stuff like that. It is so the soundtrack is so good. It's probably the best soundtrack I've heard since like Persona 5.
Oh,
like it's up there. With
you were
Persona.
hard at
It's
Persona
up there
5,
with Persona 5's soundtrack. The music is just so fitting, and it's really modern, but you get that real old school vibe from it. It's really, really good. The game is fun, but I'm stuck at the moment.
So you've called it quits for the minute?
For the minute, I haven't
So
played...
where are you stuck? Like, what's the deal?
I'm stuck on a boss.
Okay.
Because I'm refusing to use a guide for this game. And I've had times where I'm like, where the fuck do I go now? You eventually figure it out. And I know, like, this is the boss I'm meant to be fighting now. But she's tough. She's a bit tough.
It's funny that you mentioned, like, a Metroidvania, because, like, one of the things I've been thinking about this week was Arkham Asylum. Because I don't know what I said about Arkham Asylum for.
I guess it is kind of a Metroidvania.
Because Arkham Asylum is a Metroidvania.
Yeah,
and like the thing was, I remember when I played it the first time, I fucking hated it compared to. Well, I didn't hate it, but like after playing City, I'm like, Arkham City is so much better because there's none of this backtracking bullshit. But that's when I was young and stupid.
Yeah.
Now I'm older and I like that backtracking.
So I played Asylum
I like Metro.
first, but I played them very late. I think City. I played them right before Arkham Knight came out.
Wow.
I played them very, very late. So I played them in order. But I never played Origins. But yeah, I never really considered it to be a Metroidvania, but I guess it is.
Yeah, it's very, very small map, a lot of backtracking, and then when you go back different rooms, once you unlock more abilities, you get to go.
Something to be said just about a small map that you keep going in between. You know, instead of just having this big open world, because you get to know the area very intimately.
Yes. Excuse me. So when you remember, you know what's behind every turn, and I like that.
As well, like with Bloodstained, it's not like the map's not procedurally generated. Like the map is the map. It's the same for everyone. What's Paul got there?
Paul says there is one shard you can get early on, which is one you can exploit pretty easily on most bosses.
I think I may have it. I've got one called True Arrow.
Yeah.
Which I use all the fucking time, and I've powered up like to the tits. I think I've nearly got it. I'm just.
Do you get like down in the last increment of health sort of?
Well,
thing?
They don't have health bars.
Oh no.
So you got.
That's confusing.
You got to kind of guess.
Does they have changed animations when they get weaker or anything?
Not that I've noticed, but like second boss, when you get him to I think half health, he lights his sword on fire. So you're like, all right, well I'm in the next stage of the fight.
Cool.
Now. That kind of stuff.
Sprites. Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Because after Arkham being a Metroidvania, and I'm like, because I really enjoyed Guacamelee last year, and like that genre is getting more interesting to me as I grow older. For some reason, I don't know why. I guess as when I was younger, open world was the best thing in the world, and now I'm getting like, nah, that's some good linear shit. It's probably not too bad. It's changing with the time.
Metroidvania's not really linear either. It's like straddles that line of
I mean linear in terms of the world structure, compared to that the big openness. Paul goes, their attacks change based on where their health is at. Okay, so then
the fight changes over the course of the fight, but like we keep going between two games, but you don't know like how many stages there are.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, no, I was adding on to the Metroid stuff, and I thought about playing Arkham Asylum again for that, but then there's that situation of like, well, why don't I want to play old games again? Just play some new shit or things I haven't played before.
Get the plat.
Yeah, the plat. I remember the plat being pretty gnarly, and then I'd have to buy the PS4 edition because I have my PS3. Sure, it's a weird place to be.
Plus, you're not really into the bats anymore.
No, I still like bats.
Yeah,
like I still enjoy bats. I just don't. I don't have the funds or the time to read comics like I used to, and that does make me sad because I did think about the other day. I was like, man, I fucking love reading comics because DC has this new thing right now called DC Black Label, and it's like their gnarlier version. It's
like adult version.
Yeah, like adult.
Oh, really? Is that
DC
new?
Run. Yeah. It looks so good. And like
I'm in Melbourne tomorrow.
Ooh. And they did this run called Metal. And that's what led into. I think that was the first run of the Black Label. Right. Yeah, apparently it's brutal.
Yeah,
brutal.
That's cool. I'm down for that. Yeah.
But you play anything else?
Apex.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm like, I want to play Apex. I've played a lot of fucking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of hit that wall with Bloodstained, and Apex Season 2's out. And I'm just like, we'll see what's changed. I've got 6 wins since then.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Just an in between. So.
Yeah, I haven't been playing anything that's like external to that. I haven't really done a lot of gaming lately.
The gaming, no comics, what's going on? Wrestling's taken over your life.
I've not watched a whole lot of wrestling.
You need to find a wrestling comic.
There are WWE comics. Yeah, probably. We actually met like the designs are down there in those frames.
Yeah,
they are from the comic.
Oh, okay.
So we met the guy, Mike Mulalaupi or something. He's from New Zealand. He was at Comic-Con and we met him, and we were going to talk to him about commissioning us as wrestling drawings. Yeah. I haven't reached out to him because I assumed it's going to cost some money, so I'm just pooling some dollars before I reach out. And so that might be part of our promo art.
Fire Emblem, Paul, is from, I don't know.
That came out on Friday, and that's on the Switches.
I've tried with Fire Emblem a while ago. Didn't really stick for me though.
Anyway, let's get into the news. In the section we call Inform the Players, we tell you what happened this week in PlayStation. Did you actually get some stuff this week?
Yeah, a little bit. This is just in because I like the dialogue here.
Okay.
At the Doom Eternal panel at this year's QuakeCon, executive producer Marty Stratton let it slip that the original DoomGuy Space Marine may have some sort of hub area where he hangs out, presumably takes a break from ripping intestines out of mancubuses. So it's saying Doom Eternal will have like a hub.
Yeah, like
area.
a home.
Yeah.
Which is something... Oh, we'll get to
That's
that.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
According to PC Gamer, Doom Eternal creative director Hugo Martin was joined on stage by Stratton to demo more footage from the game. Afterwards, members of the Doom Slayers fan club were able to ask questions, which prompted a humorous exchange about what DoomGuy does in his spare time, specifically what kind of workout routine and protein diet he might have. Quote, he's ripping and tearing demons apart all the time, so Martin said, implying that DoomGuy's physique comes from regular ripping and tearing of demons. Quote, it's funny, we had the discussion about that. Does he lift? I'm like, he's not like a bro, you know? I don't think he drinks protein. After a bit more discussion, Stratton leaned over to Martin and whispered, quote, should we talk about the hub? Maybe. Stratton was wearing a mic, which allowed his voice to be picked up. You'll see kind of like where he hangs out. Martin said afterwards, again, if you care, you'll see how he spends his free time and you'll learn a lot about him through the game if you look for it and pay attention. So he's not a bro. He's not like, yeah. He's not a Chad. Yeah.
He's not lifting weights and shit. He's just a badass. He's just DoomGuy.
Doing what he does because he has fun with it, and that's it.
It's funny they mentioned the use of a hub world here, and I'll get to that in a sec when we talk about another Bethesda game.
Another Bethesda game? What other Bethesda game?
The one that we're talking about, the main topic today.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like the idea.
I like the silly exchange of like, I don't
Yeah.
just in terms of the character.
Does he?
Like, we've never considered that's a dumb fucking question.
Yeah. I mean, he's like ripping demons through hell and you're wondering about his diet and what his protein
like, because I
intake
imagine the
is.
guy that asked him looked like me.
Yeah. How can I look like the Doom
Yeah. Look, it wasn't really a question, it was more of, can I be DoomGuy?
Number 2, Cyberpunk 2077 won't have any pre-order bonuses. A user over on Reddit asked the game's official Twitter account if there was be any incentives. The developer's reply is rather refreshing. Quote, we don't do that. Every person that buys the game gets exactly the same in-game content, no matter if they buy it in pre-orders on release date or 2 years later.
Saying that, though...
There's a collector's edition, but apparently there's no in-game content.
I was going to say, I don't remember there being the collectors, whether there was stuff there. My brain's assuming that there is.
Costumes and shit.
Yeah. But maybe they're things you can obtain in the game at a later date.
Yeah.
So the in-game purchases are, in fact...
So that's nice. I don't think I've ever pre-ordered a game based on its pre-order bonuses, though.
I only have once, and that was Arkham Knight. Because Arkham Knight had, if you ordered it from EB, you got the Red Hood side story, which you couldn't get otherwise. Yeah. That was the only reason I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Because I wanted the statue and I didn't get it.
Yeah. But that's just a nice thing.
Yeah, no, it's certainly a cool. Like there are some really good like customer centric decisions that CDPR is making, and I dig it a lot. Good company.
Flipping to the other side of the coin. Number 3, most major games get a fancy special edition these days, but THQ Nordic is pushing the boat out on the latest game in its Darksiders series. Do you want to?
So, as I said, we discussed it at the start of the show in the Patreon chat. So I am on a bit of a time bomb right now because we ran out of lactose-free milk in the house, and I'd already poured my cereal at that point. I was like, so I had about 15 of my lactose pills, and then I just had regular milk. Yeah. And my wife just messaged me going, hey, you know you have like chocolate flavored lactose milk in the fridge. You should have just put that in your Cocoa Pops. I'm like,
double chocolate.
I'm like, that sounds more delicious and less angry to my butt. Yeah. Like, I should have made that decision.
You should have. Well, you know for next.
I know for
next Cocoa Pops. Anyway, THQ Nordic is pushing the boat out on the latest game Darksiders series. Darksiders Genesis, an offshoot starring Strife in a top-down action RPG, is getting 2 snazzy physical editions, in fact. The first is simply called the Collector's Edition. Comes packed with the game, steelbook case, soundtrack, stickers, art book, and a 9-inch statue of the main character. It's pretty expensive at $119.99 US, but if you're a really big Darksiders fan, you may want to consider the Nephilim edition. The ultimate package comes with all of the above, but throws in Darksiders The Forbidden Land, a full-on board game with miniatures. We don't know much about the tabletop game, but you can get a brief glimpse of the board playing pieces on the launch video, and that set you back $379.99 US.
Can you not pick up the board game elsewhere?
Don't know.
You had me in miniatures. Like, I don't care
because
about the game.
That would put the board game. The editions are the same except the board game, which would make the board game an extra $260 US. It can't be that good.
No.
The Dark Souls game was like $100. So we'll see. I don't know, but that's a big
That is because like if
you could buy a current gen console for that.
Yeah.
When it converts to Aussie dollars, which would be like $500.
Yeah.
Think of what you could get with That's crazy.
It seems like a Paul James collector's edition. He does like to buy them silly collector's editions. Paul, also, with regards to Darksiders, I can confirm that I did not spend $5,000 in the ultra expensive edition. I just got the normal collector's edition. No board game is worth that.
Maybe it will be though.
Good timing on Paul James though.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
That's what I do wonder. Like, is it because obviously we've been with my job, we deal with board games all the time, so we're always looking at prices. Yeah, and like Australian dollars, some can get that expensive, but they are intricate fucking games. Yeah. And I do not think
like
Darksiders
campaigns that last months. You can't pack the game up. You have to leave it there.
They'll leave it laid on the table and then just shift out of the way, eat dinner, move it back.
Eat dinner over it.
Yeah.
But I am actually rather excited for Darksiders Genesis.
I still,
it's my kind of game.
I still don't seem to care about Darksiders. Kind of I've seen 1 and 3 played at work and just not for me.
They're
like, don't know why.
1 was like a budget God of War.
Yeah, I felt that.
2 was meant to be much, much better, and 3 was mixed. But this is a like Diablo style game.
Oh, okay. That
it's top down action RPG.
Yeah, that's right up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah, keen. Number 4, stringent local laws appears to be blocking GTA Online players in over 50 countries from gambling in the new Diamond Casino update. The update went live the other day, but some players soon received in-game notifications that they didn't have permission to buy gambling chips to use in virtual casinos. The new Diamond City... Why do I keep saying Diamond City? The Diamond Casino runs on in-game cash, which can be purchased with real money. It would seem that developer Rockstar Games feels the transaction mirrors online gambling too closely to ignore. IGN has reached out to Rockstar for a comment, but they haven't replied just yet. Reddit users are reporting they are able to go inside the casino, but they are blocked from purchasing the betting chips. The decision to block access to virtual casinos raises interesting questions around loot boxes, which are legally available in some of the countries that Rockstar has blocked. One user wrote, quote, "So far, no reason for the thing to be blocked in my country, Argentina. We have loot box mechanics freely available, and so are microtransactions. I don't see how buying chips in Diamond Casino is illegal."
Because it is literally gambling. The big difference here is you go in...
It's just... Last week it was EA like, we don't, it's surprise mechanics, and then Take-Two and Rockstar are just like, fucking gamble, go on.
Because it literally is like you go into the casino, you go up to the counter, and then you buy like a shark card.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to think there's ways around it in the game, but you can literally go in there, buy the shark card, which is their form of currency through the PSN or whatever, and then you just go in and trade those straight up dollars for in-game chips. Like unquestionable gambling.
Yeah, it 100% is. I just find it the timing of it.
With
EA's speech the other week about, no, we don't call gambling surprise mechanics, and Take-Two and Rockstar are just so blatant.
So I do wonder whether it goes two ways. Like Rockstar have forever been tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah.
Like always. Maybe they're doing this as an idea, like as in to push a narrative.
No, well, I mean, this obviously would have been.
But I mean that in terms of But with this big hubbub around microtransactions, rather than being like, we want to rort our players, like, what if we have something to say? Like everyone's bullshitting about GTA and how it's this, loot box, so it's microtransaction driven economy, and it's all, it is. But I mean, like, there's all this talk about like, what if we did exactly that?
My
like
issue,
maybe this is the situation if they're like, well, what if by doing this they can create a change, and whether they mean that or not, like they can spin this either way. They can literally rob people of their money if they wanted to.
I just think, EA gets a lot of flack, and rightfully so.
Yeah, this is pretty on the nose, isn't it?
This is pretty on the nose, and yeah, some people are like, yeah, GTA Online is actually really scummy. But in terms of like mainstream opinion, Rockstar, everyone still sucks their dick. And I'm like, this is one of the most egregious companies doing this.
This is a perfect example, though.
But they make good games first. And fuck off. This is worse than anything EA has ever done in terms of marketing. By a fucking large, because it is actual gambling. Like 100%. This is so much worse than anything EA has ever put into any of their games.
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but in terms of like morality and all that kind of stuff, I'm not against this.
Yeah, no,
I'm just saying, in comparison to anything EA has done, this is on another fucking plane.
So I agree with you. Like microtransactions and whatnot. Like I think they should be illegal because it's up to the discretion of the person using them. And as parents, you control your fucking child.
Yeah.
Where here, like, if there is to be a line drawn in the sand, this is the line. Like, previously, it's just like, you know, like, where's the line? Where's the line?
This is it.
Here it is.
See, honestly, this actually sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I want to go
'Cause
play.
I hate real life
I kind of
casinos.
want to play.
I hate the atmosphere, the pressure, all the people, like, you know, I hate it. This actually sounds really fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
One of my favorite things in Red Dead is playing poker. Yeah. So, like...
I'm just saying, in public perception for, you know, all this stuff, Take-Two and Rockstar have always been so just out there in a league of their own, and they don't cop anywhere near the amount of flack as other companies do. And I think that's bullshit.
Yes, and so that's what does make me wonder whether this is them being insidious or it's them pushing, as in intentionally pushing something.
Oh, you know, maybe they saw, like, EA wanted to see how far they could go with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And now maybe they're like, let's just we've made so much money off this, let's just see how far
Well,
we
but
can go.
because I said that, as I was sort of trying to imply before, like with GTA is literally a tongue-in-cheek finger to the system, right? So for them, and like they're forever satiring and mimicking, you know, the world. So maybe this is just an amplification of that.
Maybe.
And maybe, you know, with that can come the irony of everyone else, you bitched over here about it, but why aren't you bitching about it here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
If they
as far
want,
as I know,
if they get negative press from it, they could spin it that way. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Paul in the chat says, he goes, I don't know. They put a lot of shit things in Anthem and microtransactions too.
not like this. Not a casino. Not an actual casino. Which, again, I think is fine. Do whatever you want with your money. That's okay. I'm just saying, you know, in terms of public perception and where lines and companies that have copped shit for, they seem to get a pass. Because Red Dead's really good, apparently. Fuck off. Top selling games for the 21st of July 2019. Number 10, Spider-Man. Number 9, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 8, Horizon. Number 7, Rainbow Six Siege. Number 6, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Number 5, Mortal Kombat 11. Number 4, Minecraft. Number 3, GTA 5. Number 2, Anthem. Number 1, Crash Team Racing. Apparently Mortal Kombat 11 is the top selling game in the US this whole year.
Damn.
It's a fighting game.
People like Moida.
Quickbits. Techland has made it clear Dying Light 2 is getting both a PS4 and PS5 version. And Bethesda has kicked off its QuakeCon event with an available now announcement. If you're a fan of the original Doom series, you're in luck. You can get Doom 1, 2, and 3 are all up for purchase right now on the PS4 store.
Yeah.
And elsewhere. The Switch had a big kerfuffle that you'd buy them, but then you had to sign in with a Bethesda Net account to play them offline. What the fuck?
Okay.
They've since reverted that on the Switch.
Cool.
But there was a big Reddit hubbub about it. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
But.
I haven't read in a couple of days. I don't know why.
So the Dying Light 2 info is interesting and confusing.
Yeah, so by them having them specifically mention that they're making a PS4 and a PS5 version can go either two ways. So with the idea that the PS5 will be backwards compatible, why make two versions? However, what if they are also so deep into development that they have to fill up a PS4 version and then will release a PS5 version once the game's gone gold and it's out in the public, they can then focus their dev time on redoing it, jiggering it, make it better, put it on the 5.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I mean, just make it where you think it best fits, because the PS5 is backwards compatible. So, like, I'm going to buy it on PS4. I can still play it on my PS5, but if I want the, quote, better experience, I have to buy the PS5 version again. There's real muddy waters, and I feel like we're due for some clarification. Official clarification on how all this is actually.
Well, when's Dying Light 2 coming out?
Next year, I think.
Oh, well, that changes it. That kind of changes my thought.
It's definitely not this year.
I was positive it was this year.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Dying Light 2.
I'm always wrong. Let's find out.
2020. Sometime 2020.
Okay, well, in that case, that completely fucks with my thoughts. My idea was like, this is coming out later in this year, and they're like, we can't change it.
Yeah.
Like, so as in, like, let's release it on the PS4 version, and then we are forced to go back, use that team to rejigger it, up-res it, make it a bit, you know, whatever they got to do to make it meet the PS5 specs. But with PS5 literally coming next year,
same year,
and the game coming somewhat next year, that kind of puts a real
I get
big
the
problem
fear,
in my thought.
because we're not at the stage where it's not like current gen, where like The Last of Us came out a year or so, a year and a half before PS4, and then they remastered it. But the PS4 is not backwards compatible, so that's fine. But the PS5 is. So all these questions of like, yeah, it's backwards compatible, but we're selling two versions of the same game. But you can put that version in the console and play it; it'll work just fine. But if you want the better experience, you got to buy maybe this is
a change in cost.
Maybe
in like, if you want the PS5 version, quote unquote, they're $70 now. So $80 compared to the US $60. Paul said the difference was more stark back in the day for obvious reasons. That's totally correct.
So I feel like we're really due for an official, like, I would take a state of play on it. We're going to break down the relationship between PS4 and PS5 and how the games are actually going to go. Yeah. Because this is it's just confusing. Like I said, I can buy it on PS4 and play it, and then when PS5 comes out, I can put it in there and play it. But I can buy a PS5 version, which I can't play on the PS4, but why can't there just be a patch for if you're playing it on PS5?
As in, I thought I had an answer. I thought I had a rational answer. Wrecked it. Wrecked it with fact.
And I get a feeling Dying Light 2 isn't going to be the only game doing this in the next year and a half.
But maybe it's them replicating, like, because in the past, this backwards compatibility has never really been that prominent, especially with Techland, right? So maybe this is them using the model that they know, which is the old model of if a cross generation, you have to make a PS3 and a PS4 version. Maybe for them, it's more of like, well, back in the day, that was a dirty way to get two costs. Maybe they're thinking the same here, forgetting that.
I just don't know, like, because the PS4 version is going to work on the PS5, so I don't understand why there can't be a patch if you put the game in and it's like, this is a PS4 game. There's a patch for PS5 though, so we'll install the patch. When you're playing it on this console, it's the better version. Maybe it's not as simple as that. I'm not a fucking dev, I don't know. But this is why I'm saying we need some sort of clarification on how all this is actually going to happen, because at the moment I'm just really confused. Yeah,
I agree. I'm quite confused.
That's it for the news, Ryan. As you have a chat to the players about Wolfenstein Youngblood.
So big thank you to Bethesda Australia for providing us a copy of Wolfenstein Youngblood. Wolfenstein.
Making it sound like a Jew surname.
That's how you pronounce it. It's everyone.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein Youngblood is the sort of a expansion-y, similar to the Old Blood and what was the New Blood? Yeah, so it's a slight spin-off to the mainline Wolfenstein games.
Standalone.
It is still made by Machine Games with assistance from Arcane, which is very, very cool. I didn't notice that until I didn't know that until it come up saying, Machine Games.
Arcane doing Prey and Dishonored.
Yeah. So that really tickled my fancy. So what this does is this is set X amount of years after Wolfenstein II. The new Colossus. So this one is you are playing as the two twin daughters of Anya and BJ Blazkowicz. She was pregnant in Wolfenstein 2. They've now had the kids. They're at an age that I cannot recall, because that's one of the things that's very confusing to me about what age are these kids, because they look old, they seem old, but they act like children. Oh, okay. Very confusing. So the way this works is it's similar to A Way Out. It is fully playable by two people at the same time. So it is now a sort of online co-op experience. It does have this thing called the buddy system, where I can own the game, you don't need to own it. I invite you, you download the trial version, you come play. Right. One cost. For some reason, couldn't get it to work yesterday. Don't know what's going on with that. So I think there's a big hiccup there. But there are some noticeable changes to this game. So if you look at co-op. Co-op. So if you look around the internet, you'll see a lot of people reading about that it feels very Division, it feels very Destiny. And it totally
You're
does.
piquing my interest.
So what they've done is, rather than having this big sort of singular narrative, as in you play as BJ and it's all about you going from, big cohesive story, which is what I loved about New Colossus. Like, I love the story that it told, because they talked about, like BJ being in a coma and he comes out, finds that his wife is pregnant,
His legs didn't work either, did
His
they?
legs didn't work and stuff. So that as well as his mentor dying and dealing with being a father, dealing with the father stuff was obviously really important to me. So that's where I connect to the story, and because they give that time, that flesh out that narrative was very, very cool. So here, BJ has gone missing,
Right.
and you play as the daughters to go and find him. So it is very singular mission structured. Now, saying that the Wolfenstein II is chapter set up, so it's not entirely the same. But the big difference here is once you do the first intro mission, you are taken to the Paris catacombs. So the catacombs that are all the skulls and shit. Because you are in New Paris,
People die
it's in
there.
EU. Yeah.
Even today, people die there. They get lost.
Yeah, very deep.
It's very scary.
Catacombs. So even though, spoilers, BJ murdered Hitler in Wolfenstein 2, the Nazi-ness is still continuing in Europe solely.
And now in America, present day.
Surprise. But in Wolfenstein 2...
What timeline is this?
In Wolfenstein, I like saying it weird. In Wolfenstein 2, it is in America. Why?
It tickles me the wrong way.
Well, in Wolfenstein 2,
There it is.
in the United States, the Nazis do have some influence, but at the end of in Wolfenstein 2, when you go to like Roswell and Detroit, and I think it's Detroit, and you just blow the fuck out of the Nazis.
Roswell.
Roswell, yeah.
This game is so much more wild than I...
Dude, number 2 is...
realised.
There's a reason that it was my game of the year in 2017. That game is fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
And it's so good. But it's lost a lot of that charm by the way in which you play the game. So in the catacombs, this is your hub world, similar to what they mentioned in Doom Eternal, which kind of makes me scared for Doom Eternal, actually.
No. Hub worlds are cool.
So you have this hub world in the Paris catacombs, and then you have a series of smaller faux-pen worlds that you go to. So previously you would just do the whole narrative and just go through. Where here you are given missions from people in the catacombs, and you've got to go and you go to the open world or faux-pen world, and then you wander around to find what you need to do. So you will get to learn those areas well in time, but it's not what I want in a Wolfenstein game. Sorry. So that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So pretty early on, they established that in these 3 areas, there are these big towers, and that's where these brothers are that you've got to take out, and then you get to the big boss at the end. So you learn pretty early on that these are the places you got to work, and you got to chip your way around them to get to it. So it's grind, get the boss, go to the other area, grind, get the boss, right?
Okay. Sounds like a very different game.
It's completely different.
Does it feel like movement,
Yes.
gunplay? It still feels Wolfenstein.
Yes. It doesn't. I feel it's not quite as heavy as
emotionally?
Wolfenstein. No, emotionally, and like those in that game, those guns feel like fucking guns.
Yeah.
And here that doesn't quite feel the same. And the big difference here is because they've gone more down that RPG route. There is, there's health bars above heads. There's level. Each character has their own level. It's completely changed. So previously, you just walk in a room and just mow things down. It was fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember there being health bars, but here, like it's blatantly obvious. Like it's not. What's the other game that we talked about recently that had change in RPG mechanics?
Far Cry 5.
Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry New Dawn.
Oh, that's right.
It didn't seem. It didn't really overlay the game. It just it added a new layer on an already existing model. And we're here, they've had to change the model to bring in these new systems.
Right.
And it doesn't quite feel as rad.
Right. What I'm interested in is what on earth could have kidnapped BJ?
So
because he's obviously a bona fide badass.
Yeah.
And to think that something was able to kidnap him, it's like, really?
It's not implied that he's been kidnapped, it's implied he's fucked off.
Okay. PTSD for sure.
Oh, without doubt.
For sure.
Yeah, like at the start of the game, like you sort of see him and like it's just starting to rain and he kind of wigs out about it raining. So like, you've had some tough times there.
Okay, so he's gone for a walk.
Yeah, I think he has a mission in mind, but he has kind of gone walkabouts at the same time. So because of that broken mission structure, I'm losing the story. And like the twins really aren't that engaging as characters.
What other game had twins that weren't really engaging as characters?
Far Cry New Dawn?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the enemies in there. Yeah, so like, as of right now, I've played for how long? I played for about 2.5 hours on stream last night, and I haven't gone back since because I woke up and then you were here. So I've not seen a massive length of the game. Apparently, it's about 12 hours long. Is sort of where it's sitting at.
So what you're saying is the mission structure is like you go, think of it as like a circle with lines coming off it.
Yep.
And you like go do this part, come back, go do. So but can you then in any order?
Yes. Oh, a lot of them are leveled off, as in like you need to be level 15 for this. You need
but that obviously impacts the story because they can't tell it to you in a linear fashion. Everything has to make sense as a self-contained little thing.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's a similar problem to what I had, as you mentioned, was the similar problem with Division. Is the idea of because these are all self-contained smaller stories, the overall narrative is kind of lost. And to me personally, especially with what Machine Games have done with these new Wolfenstein games, is New Order and Wolfenstein II, and like the new Colossus, sorry, like they have such a defined story and narrative, and they really want to tell you something specific.
I tried with the new Colossus a few times.
The second one?
The first one.
New Order.
The New Order. Whatever the first one was.
Yeah. So the New Order has the start of it's tough.
Is just
but once you clear
good.
that fast, it's dope.
I can't get past it.
Yeah.
But I can't.
If you just play the second one.
Oh. Well, I
think we've got it on here just somewhere.
I played it with you.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just missing, and it's funny and difficult to articulate because the game overall is fine.
Yeah.
Like, it still plays well.
Maybe it'd be better if it didn't have a Wolfenstein label on it.
No, because I think that's part of it as well. Yeah. Like, because when you do play Wolfenstein, because of the nature of the game, being the big Nazi killer game, like there is a very distinct look to it and a feel to it. Yeah, because one thing we talked about when we reviewed Wolfenstein 2 was that the game forces it wants you to feel like you're DoomGuy, like you're running forward and you're blasting, but the game doesn't let you. The game just punches you in the face the second you try that. But here I don't have that. Here I can just pop out of cover and just blast someone. Like, it's taken away. Wouldn't say the hardness, because the
danger,
the difficulties are there, but I don't feel. I feel like
you feel more powerful than BJ.
No, it's weird. I can stand there, but like it doesn't feel as rewarding when I was BJ. If I was BJ and I got out with my big F-off gun and I just ducked out and I railed someone, like I felt powerful, but the world was constantly stopping me. Here, I just feel like I can stand there and go.
All right.
Yeah, it's there will be more time with it, and I'll probably have more to talk about it next week. I know this hasn't been the most elaborate discussion. It's because I'm still trying to find and collaborate my thoughts on it. It's really
consolidate your thoughts.
Yeah, is that the word I wanted? Cool.
Collaborate.
Yeah, sorry, consolidate my thoughts. That's how my thoughts are so exchanged on it. Because I went in with this with completely different expectations. I went in thinking this was going to be like a DLC expansion in the same way that like the Lost Legacy was to Uncharted, the same way that the Old Blood was to fucking Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
And it's completely thrown me off, which is a real bummer. Because on top of that, the game does have its own economy. So scattered throughout the world are these silver coins, and that's the money you use to upgrade your weapons and buy new suits and that sort of stuff. And there are these bars. I've not located any bars yet, so I'm presuming because you can like either you spend 500 silver coin or a bar. So as of right now, I'm not gone hunting either to see whether I have to buy these with real world dollary dues or you can find them in game. I don't know that yet. So it's a little bit gross if they put microtransactions into this. Now, and I'm okay with an in-game economy, as in you have to go find the coins to fund what upgrades you want to do. However, I'm uncomfortable if they bring in external dollars to feed that economy.
Just look at what happened to Dead Space.
Exactly.
Danger.
So let us know what you think. So Wolfenstein, almost did it. Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now, Bethesda have also mentioned that they will be getting codes for Cyberpilot, which is the VR game that also came out on Friday.
I thought you were going to say Cyberpunk.
No. So they said that should be coming through on Monday. So next week we'll also probably do a stream of Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, and we will have some thoughts about that for next week.
A lot of Wolfenstein.
Why wouldn't they? I was really happy with it. I thought Wolfenstein was going to be so good, and I'm really sure about it.
Why is there a reason they haven't spaced them out?
Well, I'm not sure because right now, in terms of
how does Cyberpilot fit in to this?
I don't know.
Story? Okay.
I don't know anymore. I thought I knew, but I don't know anymore. Okay. Because the fact that
you've been thrown through a loop.
I have. I've been straight up frazzled. But yeah, so Cyberpilot, I'm not sure. VR should be fun. It's getting almost no marketing compared to like Youngblood. Yeah. It's a real shame because makes me only presume it's going to be anus. But I'm sucker for some VR, so we'll give it a go. One thing we should mention though, there is some controversy around Youngblood right now, because as the internet does,
why not?
Yeah, as the internet does, it gets really excited and bitches and whinges about females in games. Now of course you're playing both two twins here. And the big majority of everyone that you work with at the base and the catacombs are female. There is only one gentleman. His name's Klaus, I think.
Lucky guy.
He is mute.
Oh.
And he's not doing well.
Okay. He's not in a good spot.
No, he's not in a good space.
Even with all these pretty ladies.
No, he's very unwell. So of course the internet is getting really mad.
He's mute and unwell.
So of course the internet's a little bit pissy about this idea of, this SJW bandwagon, the women doing all the womany things. I honestly don't think that plays any role in this game. It doesn't drastically change anything. The twins are just boring. As of right now, the twins are just boring. They could be two boys, and if they played the exact same, they would be just as boring.
Fair enough.
Fucking internet.
So
that's how grossed out you are by all this internet hatred.
I just feel bad for Klaus. I got nothing more to add to that without getting into controversial territory.
I agree. Let us know what your thoughts are on Wolfenstein. Almost did it. Wolfenstein Youngblood. Jump in those comments below. And and Paul, just get your politics out of my podcasts. Fucking calm down, Paul. All right.
Yeah, get your politics out of my games.
But look, for some people, Wolfenstein's already out, and like that game's old news. I'm all about new games that are coming, and this section is for them. It's called Coming to the Players. It's all about what games are coming to you this week.
New PlayStation games for July 30th, 2019. Bear With Me, The Lost Robots, PS4 Digital. The Blackout Club, PS4 Digital. It's like the Babysitter's Club with a lot more heavy drinking. Yeah. For the babies too. Saddle Club with more heroin. The Church in the Darkness, PS4 Digital. Forager, PS4 Digital. That guy looks really happy. He looks very content. Yeah, he looks stoked. So a big old pickaxe. Yeah. Yeah. Labyrinth Life, PS4 Digital. Oh, that looks like some weeb shit. They all look very happy. Hey, Dash. Madden NFL 20, PS4 Digital. Paris game, if I've ever seen one. New Star Manager, PS4 Digital. Solo, Islands of the Heart, PS4 Digital. Super Wheeloo D-Make, PS4, PS Vita Digital Cross-Buy. And The Tower of Beatrice. Beat Rice. Beatrice? Yeah, Beatrice is in the name, right? Beat Rice. PS4, PS Vita Digital. That's it. Vita? Whole bunch of nothing this week, except for Madden, I guess. Yeah. If there's one thing Madden does well, it is the graphics. It does, look at this ridiculous. That does look fantastic, yeah. Paul jumps in the chat and goes, the Blackout Club comes from ex-Bioshock people. Oh, okay. Well, now I'm immediately interested. Read it out. The Blackout Club is a first-person co-op horror game centered around a group of teenage friends investigating a monstrous secret beneath the skin of their small town. Sounds kind of like Stranger Things. Every night, everyone in town gets out of bed and sleepwalks. In the morning, they wake up with no recollection of what happened or where they were. See, I think like that is a prime example of like the drop. Is how it's so easy to just write off games.
See, this is the thing. See, I think the problem that we have here.
How many games have we skimmed over that are actually very, very good?
I think part of that is our fault because
100%.
Because we only choose to read the titles. We never read the description. So therefore, we like that. It's got dumb cover art. Next.
The reason we don't read the description is because when there's a drop of 25 games, that's like half an hour.
But that's because normally just you reading it. Like maybe if we steal from other shows and do the 1-1-1-1. But it is just time consuming. Yeah. It's always garbage games too.
If it was like 10 games a week, cool. But there are times where there's like 20 something.
Yeah,
and it's rough. Just it's content for content's sake, I think.
Exactly. We don't want to do that.
No.
Like, we don't want to talk about intermittent fasting for 20 minutes.
Yeah, well I did, so I did. So maybe the Blackout Club is worth checking out. I will. I'll have a look. That sounds cool.
It all comes down to dollar dues, I imagine there.
Let's find out.
Speaking of NFL though, so I have been Paul says you guys dismissed Wargroove last week and I cried.
Oh, should we not have? PSN price. Oh.
Just go to the PSN store.
It's from last. That's what I thought the link was. Why would it not give me that?
Just go back the PS store. Yeah. Speaking of NFL though, so this week at work I've been painting a Blood Bowl team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a group of elves, Elfine elves.
I did like your team name,
Elvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that one. I was like, I'm gonna make them purple. Oh, and green. Purple and green goes well. I straight up just made a team of the Green Goblin.
Not on the PSN yet.
Okay, that's a shame. That's the Australian one. Maybe it might be on the US one for now, but who knows? It's too much work.
Yeah,
you've very put too much thought into it. But yeah, so I do like the Elvin and the Chipmunks. I'm a big fan of that one.
Very clever.
I've no idea how to play Blood Bowl or NFL, so this is gonna be interesting. Down to play some games.
Yeah. We done?
Yeah.
That PlayStation conversation happened on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. If you're feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/popculturists. Head over there, check out the tiers. Might be something there that interests you.
If you support us on Patreon, you can watch us record this show live, and you too, like Paul, can yell at us for not caring about some random ass game on the PSN. Because that sounds like something that we would do.
I'm having a quick skim of Wargroove now.
So if you do support us at any dollar value, you can get that sneaky little unlisted link and you can come and join the party. That looks really good. Oh, no, it's an ad for better. It's an ad for a better game.
It's for Warframe.
Oh, this looks like some weeb shit. Oh, it's all turn-based thingy. Oh, that looks kind of cool.
It looks like a Super Mario World 3 overworld.
Interesting. I'll yell at the cloud next. But yeah, so you can watch us record the show live and join in the chats and have some fun details about games that we should and shouldn't we listen to. And you can also just, tell, like we're talking about Wolfenstein and you want to just talk about it with us, you can do that too. It's for something as simple as $1 If you don't want to support us in a more once-off fashion, head to popcultures.com/shop where you can buy shirts like this, like the one that's on the ground, and other assorted shit with our logos on it. New designs are incoming. I just haven't thought of them yet. We are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopcultures, where this week we will be playing Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, and I think that's probably going to be it.
Oh, we also got beanies, but they're not great.
Yeah, we bought beanies. But yeah, they really don't. They don't fit my head because like the problem is I got a big old buff head. You have a little head, but like I put it on my head and it just looked like I was wearing like a fucking bald skin head, like a bald the cap. It was cap and then beanie at the top. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
But it still didn't fit my head properly either.
Yeah, it's
too long. Why is it so long?
Because it's supposed to be one of those kind of longy hangback ones. Because these wool ones like this, they're like, well, the design has to be incredibly simple to work on the wool one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it's totally fair, but I want because I've been wearing.
How about
Smash one for like ever.
How about you just get the design on a patch that we can stick on wool ones?
Oh, you're so smart
for ourselves.
That's a really smart idea.
Yeah, and then just buy a couple like $8 Kmart beanies. Just You could probably sew it into it if you want, I suppose, or just super glue.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
See you next week. Until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
Maybe there'll be beanies. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and that was for the players.
Yeah.
So distracted by the whole
As if you
beanie thing.
didn't
My brain is literally just shooting fucking beanie ideas. Because it's winter. I need beanies.
Yeah.
For the players, the Pop Culturist PlayStation podcast is fan-supported at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abotomy, Damien Holdies, Lee Wintershoven, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.